Everyone wants to go viral. One post, one video, one moment that suddenly changes everything. Followers explode, opportunities appear, your career takes off. At least that's the story that internet likes to tell. But after having more than 150 conversations on my podcast with creators, founders, and other inspiring people, I noticed something very different. The creators who build something lasting almost never grow through one viral moment. Because most creator careers never explode, they compound. There's a very common belief in the creator world. One post that suddenly reaches millions, one video that blows up, one moment that changes everything. And from the outside, it can really look like that. You see someone gaining thousands of followers overnight. Suddenly, their content is everywhere, and it feels like their success happened very quickly. But when you actually speak to the creators about their journey, the story is almost always very different. Because what looks like it happened very quickly usually took years to build. What I hear again and again in these conversations is that early stages are usually very quiet. Not many views, not much attention, just a lot of experimentation, trying different ideas, learning how to communicate, figuring out what actually resonates with people, and most of that work is completely invisible.
Honestly, man, like streaming really helped me at the start because I just hated showing my face. I didn't feel very confident in myself. So I actually started streaming with just like a hand camera. So my camera is on my keyboard and my mouse, so you can only see my hands. And then eventually I started going to, my face. So it's just like a gradual thing where I just got more confident as I did the reps.
This is the moment we rarely see online, because internet usually shows you the moment something works, not the hundreds of attempts before it, not the years of learning, or not the slow process of developing ideas. So when something finally takes off, it can look like a breakthrough, but usually it isn't.
My very first posts were terrible. A lot of emojis everywhere.
Some hashtags
everywhere. After I saw that some people started to saw my post to make the first likes, even if my first posts were terrible. But so that encouraged me to continue to share a vision of the world, my personal perspective, even if at the beginning I didn't know that I will start my business so quickly.
When you zoom out and look across a lot of creator journeys, growth usually doesn't look like a sudden spike. It looks much more often like a slow curve. Creators publish something, they learn from it, they adjust, they improve how they communicate, they develop clearer ideas, and over time, these small improvements start stacking.
And so I literally visualize every step of my speech in my head, rehearsing. So when it happens, my brain is actually familiar, and the brain doesn't know the difference between what happened really and what is happening. So visualization is a big thing, and then finally breathing. If you don't breathe, if you're not able to make pause, like you're going to be out of breath and you're not going to be able to last the cadence.
Another interesting thing is that the creators who experienced viral moments usually were not chasing virality. They were focused on something very different, developing their thinking, improving their craft, understanding their audience, building trust. And after enough time, something they create spreads much further than usual. But that moment is usually the result of everything that they've been building before it.
My genuine advice for people who are wanting to do LinkedIn is to win on the platform. Just go a little bit harder than other people and do it for longer than anybody can be able to do it. That is how you win. And that ultimately is also how you win in business. Just do a little bit better than everybody else and do it for longer than anybody can be able to do it. That's really it. It's not about being the best. It's just about being the person who commits for the longest, and you'll do well.
So what people often describe as a viral break is usually the result of much longer journey. The internet sees the spike, but the creator remembers all the experience before it.
I'm not chasing virality, I'm not chasing followers count. It's not that I don't care, it's important because if you want to address people, you need to be in front of people. So of course, that's the way to work, right? The more followers you have, the bigger your chance to reach, right? To get more impressions. So it does matter. People saying it doesn't matter, I don't believe them. It does matter. If you want to speak to more people, you need to have a bigger audience. But I'm not making my content to try to get viral or try to get followers, right? That are not valuable, if I can say so, right?
After speaking with so many creators, the pattern becomes quite clear. The careers are rarely built on one single moment. They're built through repetition, through experimentation, through showing up when no one is really watching. And eventually, sometimes something does go viral. But by that point, the creator usually spent years of developing ideas and skills that made that moment possible. So the next time when you see someone suddenly succeed online, it's very possible that you're just seeing the visible moment, not the years that made it possible. If you enjoy these type of insights about how creators actually grow, you can subscribe to the channel. I share patterns and lessons that I learned from the conversations that I had on my podcast produced by, with creators, founders, entrepreneurs, and other inspiring people. And if you'd like to hear full discussions that these clips come from, you can check the full podcast episodes on this channel.